Good morning, friends. Welcome to this reading today. This is Catherine at Fish Out of Water Tarot, and we are all about creating ways to break out of patterns that are holding us back from what it is that we're truly desiring. Okay, and so as I get my table situated here, I've got a little bit of a different setup here. That's better. Welcome. I see somebody has arrived. And today, Rashika, oh my goodness, Rashika, I haven't seen you in such a long time. Welcome to this reading today. I am doing quite well. Hold on just for a second. Just having a little trouble getting myself situated. Just turn off the volume on my other gizmo. And okay, so I am well. So today, what we're doing is we're taking a look at good luck. March is a month where people are wanting to attract better fortune. And so that's what I'm wanting to do. I want to be able to draw some cards today that will help. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. I would like to draw cards to help people find what it is that they are hoping to accomplish this month, and to use the cards to help us feel a little sense of being lucky. Can we feel more luck in our lives? Let's just see here. Move this forward. Okay, I think that looks good. And Murphy, you can see Murphy walking around a little bit in the background. I like that. Okay, so that. Look at that. Let me look up here. I'll leave a little spot on that end, so if Murphy wants to walk by, we can see him. Okay, let me get our Palo Santo. Okay, so let's call in our guides, our angels, any of our spiritual helpers that want to come and ground us and create an opening where we may feel, I guess what I'm sensing today is that we may feel open already, like we're open. We're available. We're eager for spirit to work in us. We don't want to stand in our own way or have problems that we're not willing to face because we're human and we've had disappointments and we've had things that have gotten in our way. And the thing I'm aware of today is that luck is something that anybody can experience. Some people think that all they have is bad luck. They say other people are lucky and I am not lucky at all. So that's the first thing that we're going to be talking about today is the fact that if you are a person who has felt unlucky, that you would be able to start talking to yourself as if you were lucky. So you can say things like, even though I've been unlucky in the past, I choose to be luckier now. Okay. And Murphy, come over here. Come on this side. Murphy wants to jump up on the chair, but there's no room. Murphy, can you jump up here? Come here. See if I can get him up here. Sorry, you guys. Come on, jump up. Good boy. There he goes. He wants to lay behind me. Okay, excellent. So now we're just going to go forward and check it out. So I have my lucky green deck here. I love these hearts. I love the four-leaf clover type of environment that lives within the March energy. And so I'm going to take these cards. I've already shuffled them, but I'm going to give them another ruffle. I want to keep this very random and allow spirit to do its thing. And I'm going to set this up in the format of the four-leaf clover, just randomly dividing our deck. And each pile reflecting one of the four leaves on the lucky clover. Okay, good. And I also have a few decks sitting off to the side here that you cannot see, and I'm going to be using those also. And so, it, because this is pick a card, what I want you to do right now is to pick one of these piles. Okay. So as you look at my four-leaf clover setup here, hi, Claudia. Oh, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Do you want to learn how to be lucky? Excellent. You're in the right place. So pick one of these piles and just no real reason for it. Just pick one that sticks out to you. And I want you to keep an eye on that particular pile as we go through the reading today. Each pile will be directed to find the same thing, which is a touch of how we can experience more luck in our lives. And we'll see if the pile that you pick without seeing any cards yet will be more resonant for you than the others. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to use the bottom card in these piles because the bottom card always signifies what it is you're not seeing. Okay. So what is it you're not seeing when it comes to luck? So I'm going to draw the card from the bottom of the piles. We'll start here. We have observe, we have rebuild, we have love, and we have dreams coming true. Well, I am grateful for this split of this deck because all of these four elements would be part of good luck. Can we agree? There's nothing here that is a card that would strike doubt or fear. These are all very positive cards. So, what I'm seeing first off is what we're not seeing when we're going through a downturn or we feel that something has happened that is unlucky. What we're not seeing is that any sort of failure, any sort of setback is setting us up for success. Abraham Hicks is somebody I know you guys know I talk about a lot. And they teach there's only one way to know what it is that you're really, really wanting. And that is to experience things that are opposite. So, for example, if you feel like something just fell apart, it was something you hoped would work out, and so you feel a sense of loss and failure, what you're really feeling is a longing for the opposite. So, with that in mind, we're going to go forward and see what the other cards have as a lesson for you when it comes to manifesting better luck, not only in March, but for the whole year forward. Okay. So I'm going to start at the top with the dreams coming true. And I'm just going to set these to the side as we will get to those shortly. Okay. And we're going to pull the dreams coming true card and we'll put it at the crown of our reading. Okay. And let's see. All right. So, isn't it true that sometimes if you're a very optimistic person or you feel hopeful and you really do have a sense of being able to keep going, even though things have been hard, it's just the way life is. You realize that good things happen and bad things happen, and you will never give up on your dream. Let's say you're somebody who really wants to find a soulmate. And even though you're still single after all of this time, you will not give up and you do want your dreams to come true. But your friends and your family might say your head is in the clouds. You're not being realistic. You're not being realistic. And you always want to argue back and say, look, I know what I'm dreaming and I'm not giving up. And so look here into this deck and see what is the advice? What's the story going on? Again, I'm sensing this thing about you believe in your dreams, but the other people in your life are always questioning your dreams. And so, do you feel as lucky as you could be with your dream? If love is something you're looking for, go ahead and put that into the comments and let me know that you are one of those who's looking for love. Okay. Many, many people come to my readings who are looking for love in their lives. Doesn't surprise me. Look at this. This is wonderful energy, you guys. We have two aces. Aces are very significant because they're the beginning of something. They're the beginning of something that you've wanted for a long time. The dreams coming true, Page of Pentacles, willing to learn, willing to do what it takes to become luckier in love. When I look at this, the page, I don't know if you know this, but the page is often looked at as it with the energy of the ace because there's been a lot of steps taken to get you from your very first crush to where you are today. A lot of life has gone by, and some of it has caused you to keep your balance consciously right now, being aware of what fell apart in the past and being willing to leverage that pain, to leverage the heartbreak and use it as energy to push you forward into acknowledging what it is that you're truly wanting. So, Claudia, I'm seeing here that you can resonate with this, that the idea of holding a dream for a long time and that wanting something for yourself that you feel is being kept away from you. It's as if your destiny is in someone else's hands and that you're separated from that destiny. So it does not feel lucky. In fact, it could feel the opposite. So let's pull some more cards here so that we have some more wisdom because this is like being on the edge of something dramatic. Two Ace of Cups, a fresh start in the arena of love and emotion, and a fresh start in the area of how you're thinking about love, allowing a ray of divine energy into the core of your mind and beginning to build something new. Look at the spiral staircase as we go to the very core of what your soul desires. Getting connected to being luckier always goes with getting connected with a core desire and allowing spirit to rebuild what is not connected right now. I'm also noticing these hands here and the duplication of the hand position. And look at the glow coming from that seed, matching the glow coming from the seed of love. Very cool. If you picked this pile before we started, you're going to find that this is especially resonant for you as you plan out this month of March and how to capitalize on what it is that you're wanting. Okay, so I have my tea leaves here. I think I'll spread them right here for us. And what can accentuate our walk here? Because this does look like a fresh start, but these figures, none of them are moving. They're standing still. What does that mean? And let's pull a couple of our tea leaves here. And we have pay attention to your health. And we have pale, time to get out of a situation. Okay, let me move these over just a little bit. Make sure we have room. Mm. And we have boat. Money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. That you will be playing a different role. Okay, and I'm just feeling like there's room for two more here. Scissors, disappointment in some affair, and dog, protection from a powerful friend. Just want to make sure you can see everything. Okay. So, what I'm sensing is that this energy is definitely for someone who's been waiting a long time for this dream to come true. Excuse me. There has been something going on that has been blocking your dream. You can't give up on it. It's so solid in your being. You just feel like you're holding tight to this dream. But there's things that have been going on in your life that are blocking your ability to move forward. Okay. Hi, Nikki. Welcome. And it could very well be that there's something about your personal health, emotional health. Is there a heartbreak in your past that is parallel to your dream come true? Has somebody broken your heart in a way that was so devastating for you that even though your dream is alive and well, there is fear of getting hurt again? It could be your physical health. And if you have been getting messages that your physical health is in question, I'm not a doctor, and I don't ever want to get into a place that's not mine. But if you have been being nudged to talk to your doctor or talk to a health professional, by all means, do that. But in this reading, I'm thinking about emotional health as a real priority to getting that dream for love to move forward. Because as I said, these are all standing still. So it looks like the dream is stalled. So let's start over here. Disappointment in some affair. There is something in your energy that is still connected to somebody in your past. When we look at this protection from a powerful friend, protection from a powerful friend, it's using the word friend. What we would want to see is protection from a powerful enemy, wouldn't it? That would feel good if spirit was saying, I am protecting you from a powerful enemy. But in this particular card, I'm seeing that as a friend to ourself, dogs are so loyal. There's a part of you that's not as ready for love as you think. There's a part of you that is holding your dream captive because of fearing something that could repeat itself. Now, this might be only true for a couple of you, but the fact is that when you can realize that a part of you does not feel quite ready yet, you will definitely be moving towards the desire to play a different role. Okay, so changing hats. Instead of constantly warning, you might start a relationship and then it falls apart. You might get a new friend, and before you know it, you feel betrayed by that friend. That certain things that humans do continually touch a part of you that is still aching. So as you allow the scissors of spirit to trim away the experiences that have been heartbreaking, you will be able to step into a different role. So instead of powerful protector, you might be powerful collaborator. Understanding it takes teamwork within your own energy to build the strength to maintain a relationship. Did you know that a lot of people that are slowed down in love are actually still believing in things they learned about love when they were like 11 or 12 years old? Think back into your past when you were 11, 12, or 13 years old. How were you taught about love? What did you see in how people treated one another? You may find clues into what is holding you back right now. This card, the beautiful boat card, that there's an inheritance, a windfall, or winning. In your past, there were people that understood what true love was all about. Sometimes it's a grandmother, sometimes it's a neighbor, a woman, an older woman in your neighborhood who always had a place at her tea table for you. This was true for me. There was an older woman named Doris that always was kind to me when the people in my house were in so much turmoil. Okay. I was able to leave that turmoil, go to a different situation where I could soak in the energy of love. So, what's happening here is that there is a situation in your past that has been convincing you that you are not lucky. And that has not been true. You wouldn't be on this reading right now if you weren't hungry for something that could happen. Sometimes people say dreams don't come true. Believe me, I've lived long enough and I've had more dreams be crushed than come true. But in your energy field today is a candle that is lit and it's shining forth with the hope and potential of finding what you're looking for. I'm going to use this beautiful deck here. I love Kyle Gray. He's got fantastic oracle cards, and I'm going to draw an oracle card for you to bless this reading and get some advice. What can you do? Now, for me personally, my favorite tool is tapping. I am a Reiki trained practitioner. I use journaling and specialized spiritual healing through journaling, and delighted to help people find their secret powers through energy tools. And certainly you can, I'm glad you're hanging out. If you're enjoying the reading, definitely hit the subscribe so you see when I'm coming on live. And then take a peek at my archive of little bitty lessons and life skills so that you can begin to attract more good into your lives. So let's take a peek here. What do we have? High Priestess, harness mystical power. Let me just get the little book here. I don't use the little book very often, but I'm just feeling today that I want to honor Kyle in his beautiful work because that's why we are so drawn together. Birds of a feather flock together. I just believe so much that Kyle's spirit is with us here as we're doing these readings today. Let's take a peek. Recognize that you have the power to change your life. Face your fear and align with the light. Okay, so here we have this call to be able to face what it is that's scary, deal with it, and prepare yourself for that love you're waiting for. In many traditions, the high priest is the physical embodiment of the divine masculine. He acts as a bridge between worlds and is able not only to divine the future, but to help create it too. He may be a leader in his spiritual tradition, or in pagan traditions, he's second to the high priestess. But he is always spiritually connected and disciplined with great respect for his creator and his particular practice. In a reading, this card can represent a spiritual figure, leader, or teacher in your life, or an aspect of your path that has led you to where you are today. Okay, you are a bridge between here and now, between heaven and earth. And it's important for you to know that you are more powerful and connected than you think. Everything you are giving attention and energy to at this moment is creating your way forward. So it says there have been some setbacks, but accept these as experiences that have led you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your spirit. Know that you are being guided by the ancestors to direct your thoughts and energies towards what you want to grow, heal, and expand, and then watch it happen right before your eyes. So, what our beautiful card is today is the High Priestess. And I just read the High Priest, which is so interesting to me because any errors that happen in a reading are profound for me. What I'm seeing here is that this is who you are meant to be, a shining example of the divine feminine. You are meant in your attraction of future love to be a soft place for you, for others to fall, but something has gotten in the way. Something has interfered. The divine masculine butted its way right into this reading because the divine masculine is kind, gentle, strong, but serves the high priestess. Anybody who's watching who has had any sort of mistreatment by a masculine energy, this is a call to you to believe in yourself and to believe in your potential. I'm going to draw for the last. I have these yes, no um, sticks, yes, no, when, and how. And so to close this reading, what I want you to do is to think of a situation where you really have that divine feeling. Perhaps it's a yes or no. It's should I continue desiring this person? Should I look at myself as of ready for love? That's a good question to ask. Is there something in my past that is holding me back that I don't know about? And here's our sticks. Pull one out. And your answer is no. A whirlwind of intoxicating emotions overwhelms you. This is a natural result of your commendable efforts, your unsurpassed talents for communication, and your rare ability to resolve any problems. This provides you with an untouchable sense of stability and comfort. So the answer here is a no. But isn't it interesting how it listed all of these gifts? Being stable, a good communicator, able to resolve problems. So take this in. Do not compromise your highest good to be or do or say anything somebody else wants you to do. Take a good look at that divine masculine and make sure you sense that your life is in order and open your mind to being luckier in March. The affirmation for you is even though I don't know how, I am just so lucky now. Even though I don't know how, I'm luckier than ever right now. Even though I don't know how, I allow luck to guide me right now. Okay, thank you for take that was quite a journey for our first pile. So now we're going to move forward to the second pile. And in the introduction, I'm going to, whoopsie, I'm going to timestamp everything for you. So if you're entering the reading later, you can go back and watch the beginning or any other section because in the beginning, I gave the choice of the four cards or the four piles. And this is pile number two. We chose the bottom of the deck because the bottom of the deck is saying what we're not aware of. So when it comes to getting lucky, being luckier, we have drawn the observe card for the crown of our reading. So right now, what I'm picking up, the energy of this card to me suggests stuck. I don't know where to look. All I can do is focus on what's ahead of me. I'm feeling impacted by other figures that I cannot control. I feel that I must observe carefully before I move forward. I'm afraid of taking a risk. Luck has not been my friend. A lot of bad breaks have come my way. The divine has been calling me into a state of solitary, a state of reevaluation. Okay, let's see what's going on for you. Tile number two. Let me grab my. What is it that my friends need to know about starting a flare of luck, finding a spark of luck, finding that four-leaf clover? What is it? I'm aware of the rainbow above her head, and about how finding a gold at the end of the rainbow comes from some of the Irish traditions. And so when we look at that rainbow, where is it going? Right into the head. Gold at the end of the rainbow. So whatever it is, pile number two, whatever it's been that's been keeping you stuck from feeling unlucky. Today is your lucky day because we're going to unlock that. What does my viewer need to know about increasing luck right now? Let's draw cards from the tarot. And the rainbow shows up again with the 10 of cups, the king of cups. So right now what I'm picking up first of all, thank you for sharing, Nikki, and the high priestess. Okay, so the high priestess showed up in pile number one. If you're just joining me, if you're feeling drawn, be sure to check out pile number one because the high priestess showed up. And also, as you are connecting here to close the loop and to become connected with the energy of the cards today, I love using round cards because everything that's in a circle is divine. It's just a divine symbol. And so hitting the thumbs up right now is creates a circle between us. I don't know where you are in the world. In fact, if you want to add a comment of where you are, I think that's cool. But as we're together here, hit the thumbs up and join the energy. I will be able to read your energy more clearly when you connect the loop. Okay. So, this I sense right now that, my dear viewer, there are four figures that are above you, around you, within your environment. Angelic, possibly ancestral. You may have lost a grandparent and a grandmother, or you might have had an auntie who has always was an advisor to you, but they are gone. So it feels to me that you're out of touch with your divine guidance. Okay. And again, this may be very specific towards only one or two of my viewers. And I appreciate how personal this is for you. I do feel that sense of loss, that there's something that used to be common. It used to be very common to have connection with the family figure, either in the divine family of angels and guides, or the human family of friends or family who were so close to you. But there's been a storm. And of course, we know rainbows always come out after a storm. And there's this sense of isolation. It might be that you feel your lucky days stopped or went dormant for you because of some loss that you experienced. So, because of that, these figures are here on purpose. If you notice, all of their mouths are closed. So, there's a lot of intuition coming from the high priestess. It's like, what we call ESP, or when we are in touch with the other side because we get trembling, we get goosebumps, or we have our throat might get tight. Sometimes when people listen to me, they actually belch because the energy is getting stirred up within them and it wants to find an exit. Sometimes you'll get an aching around your jaw, or your throat might get tight when you hear some of what I'm saying. And those are all signs that energy is moving. Remember, being lucky is a state of mind. Being lucky is a state of mind. If you continually say how unlucky you are, you will create a state of mind that feels unlucky. If you keep thinking that you're unloved, you will create a state of mind that will agree with you. In the United States, where I live, we have states. The state of Minnesota is different from the state of California. The state of New Mexico is different from the state of Virginia. Okay. So, in a way, when we look at states of being, it's the same way. You can't be in California and Tennessee at the same time. It's physically impossible. But I can hold a memory of California within my mind, and I can allow myself to visit California in my imagination, right? So I can go to that state, be there, and then return to my current state of Tennessee. So when you feel lucky, I would love for you, or excuse me, when you feel unlucky, I would love for you to use that same example. Can you agree with me that being unlucky is a state of mind? Yes? Hit the thumbs up. Can you feel that? Being unlucky is a state of mind. Now, you might want to argue and say, oh, no, no, Catherine, you haven't watched my life. Bad stuff happens to me in a row. I, it, I'm in a continual cycle of tragedy and drama. Continually, bad things happen. I hear you, but the old philosophers, Marcus Aurelius and his friends from like the year zero, they would say, what you think about, you bring about. As you focus on something, it becomes your reality. It becomes the state that you're in. Like when you're in California, if you're in a state of believing that you are unlucky. So, opening your mind, open your mind to the idea that unluckiness is a state and you don't have to live there if you don't feel like it. That's all I'm asking for in this reading. Okay. So now I want you to take a look at this High Priestess card. This is the Light Seers deck, and I love it so much. I didn't even see these eyes when I very first got the deck. I just used the card with her sitting in that peace in her situation. But the High Priestess can have eyes open or eyes closed at the same time. And the High Priestess doesn't speak. She communicates through feelings, nudges, goosebumps, throat closing, eyes getting tingly. The high priestess will use your body to get your attention. And all it means is stop and pay attention. What's going on right now? Just observe where you are. Okay, I'm going to draw our tea leaves for us for more details before I go further. Thank you for visiting with me today. I appreciate you. This is so fun. Every now and then, hey there, Nikki and Van Dawam Dada. Welcome, welcome, my friends. Okay, these four want to be played. Let's start with them. What does my friend need to know about this disconnect? Why is my friend who's watching feeling that gold is not at the end of the rainbow, right? Because you don't feel as lucky as you could be. And we have dagger, fear, worries, and tense situations. Fear, worries, tense situations. So there is definitely something in your energy that's creating a gap between you and your choice to get into a different state of being. Okay, that's what this shows. That in your mind is like a garden of fear, like fear is a garden. There's plants, little fear plants, there's worry plants, and you are in some tense situations. So you are being separated from the path that you can go from state to state. We have fair man, dealings or relationships with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Okay. We have good news with the ear. For some of you, it's just that you happen to tune into this reading today. You need to know this. If something unlucky has happened, it's absolutely critical that you recognize that being unlucky is like a state. It's like the state of Tennessee. It's just a place where your thoughts are resting. And hearing what I'm telling you right now, that you can choose your state is excellent news for you. And you know it because you can't turn off those worries. They keep you separate from your gold. Okay. And then we have Rose. Romance is in the air. Okay. And let's draw two more cards. If you're just visiting with me today, this is Catherine. You've reached Pattern Breaker Tarot, and we are finding patterns that are separating us from luck today. So I'm glad that you're here. And we have Bell, an announcement, and we have compliments from an admirer. Okay, so your guides and angels represented by these four figures. Ancestors are here and feeling like there's an auntie, a grandmother, somebody who has passed to the other side who is wanting you to move out of the current state that you're in. Okay, they're saying pack your spiritual bags. Yes, you've had fears and worries. And as you've been isolated here, you have been really honing your emotional well being. In fact, one of the things that may be separating you from moving from state to state is because your current sense of being alone and sheltered and guarded, and that you feel safer that way, is actually a state that you don't need to live in forever. A lot of times, after something hard has happened, a dagger feels like it went through your spiritual heart. Setting yourself aside for healing is really smart. But he doesn't stay there forever. I always think how cramped his legs would feel, how much he would want to get up and move around. He's ready. He can walk through the world, keeping a sense of calm, assurance, and well-being. And so your guides and angels are calling you to that right now. They're saying, look, with this 10 of cups showing, look at how this rainbow goes down through her being and right out here into this new situation. You are ready to move out of your isolation into this new flow of energy around love and relationships. You have done the work that you needed to do, whether you're a tapper, meditator, exerciser, whether you receive massage. If you're a tapping, if you like to tap, all of the things, journaling, the strong tools you can use to observe what happened and move forward, now you can pick up your life, go to a different state. So the state of being alone, I'm safe when I'm alone, is a state of mind. Take it in. I'm safest when I'm alone is a state of mind. It's also let's pick a different state of mind. I know how to take care of myself in relationships. That's a state of mind. That's when you carry forward what you've learned. You've heard the good news that you can choose a different state of being. And there's an announcement here for you, my friend, right here, right now, that you can take this on and say, my current state of mind is a place I don't want to live. Is this true of you? Hit the thumbs up. Circulate yourself right into this energy, right? The state of mind that I'm in is a place I do not want to live. If you can resonate with that, hit the thumbs up. Let us know. Okay. Yes, people would call this shadow work. Thank you very much, Dada. That's true. Looking at the past things that have put a shadow over our life right now and being able to climb out. Change your state of being is what this is all about. Okay, so we were the beginning of this. Our main focus was to find a message for someone who feels that they've been on a bad luck streak. Okay, their life has been going the wrong direction. They've had, if they go out in the morning, there's a flat tire on their car. They finally get it fixed and then they get pulled over on the way to work because their license plate is expired. And then when they get to work, they're late for the meeting and their boss is mad at them. Have you ever had days like that where everything goes bad no matter what? I have. And that's where you can believe you're in a state of bad luck. I'm in a state of bad luck. Well, Catherine's teaching that you can go from state to state by choice. Is that true? Let's see. I'm going to draw a card from Kyle um, Gray's book on with I think it's called Angels and Ancestors, I think. Let's pull a card, sticky card. Okay. And I'm going to read from the book today. This was such a blessing for pile one. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. Oops, excuse me. It doesn't. Yes. Very interesting. Fears and desires. Could it be true that getting rid of fears? Look at the dagger. This would be something that he would use, right? Look at how the colors correspond. So, by addressing our fears, do we uncover our desires? Are desires the opposite energy of fear? I'm noticing a lot of Dada, when you mentioned about shadows, it's like, look at that. Look at the shadowy energy in those cards. Okay, let's take a look at the book here. Hunter, here we are. Oh, this is the deck. It's Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray. Okay. Track down all of your fearful thoughts and feelings, and when you find them, you will find your desires too. So, thank you for this message. You can move from one state to the next. If you are in the state of fear, it's only you who can navigate to a different state of mind. Okay. The Hunter card is based on my favorite Celtic god, Cernunnos. He is the stag god of the wild and represents both the hunted and the hunter. Similarly, the hunter helps you connect with an energy that is both fearful and fearless. Your feats are the only thing, excuse me, your fears are the only things that are standing between you and what you desire at this time. I'm segue. If you desire a different state of mind, it's your current thoughts and fears that are the only thing standing in the way. So you have to come face to face with them, as the hunter does with wild animals, and go beyond them. What a wonderful message. It goes on, as you can see here. If you want to take a screenshot of the second part of that reading, then you can read it for yourself. But what I want to do is give you some practical advice right now. If you have pencil and paper, you can do this right now. But what are you afraid of right now? What fears are in your mind right now? Just write them down. Okay. So write down anything that you're afraid of. And then I'm going to give you just three words. The three words are what I call magical words because they're a phrase that I use when I need to just accept the fact that, yes, I'm afraid of, for example, let's see, what am I afraid of right now? What makes me nervous? Okay, what makes me nervous is, okay, there's someone right now who said maybe we'll get together today. So this isn't like hugely scary, but it's in my mind that I'm ill at ease. I want to know a plan. I have frustration and I'm in a state of frustration because this person doesn't want to commit. So I can't plan my day. I know that sounds so minor and even stupid, but I want to say so my anxiety about my day is a state of mind. That's true. So now that I realize that, I'm going to do something about it. So for you guys, whether it's anxiety, nervousness, or fear or doubt, write down, it's very private. Go ahead and write down two or three things that they're stealing your peace of mind. Then step two, you take the phrase up until now. Write that down. Up until now. Up until now, I have let my person's energy make me anxious. Okay, up until now, I have let my person's behavior make me anxious. That's the first step. Then you write the second part of the sentence, and that is, but today I choose to disconnect from it. Okay, so the first part of the sentence, up until now, I let name your problem, make me feel, name your emotion, and then write down the second part of the sentence, what is. But starting today, I choose to disconnect. That speaks volumes to your spirit and to your soul because it changes the energy radically by helping you accept whatever state of mind you're in and then choose a new one. Okay, that's it. It's just simple as that. When you do that over and over again, that's why people do affirmations. You begin to teach yourself what it feels like to hear your own mouth saying that. And when you hear your own mouth saying that, you start to change. Simple as that. Okay. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, V- I see you, Veshali. Welcome. I'm probably not saying your name right. What I'm talking about today is luck and how to get luckier. So if you want to have lucky things happening to you with your career, that's a way to tune in because these readings are for all of us. Each reading is me too, you guys. I never know what cards are going to come. I just don't. And I move to my toes when you all are resonant with these cards in the same way that I am. So I let me just pick apart these cards, and we're going to go to our next pile. I'm going to put timestamps on the piles. And so if you feel like you want to come back and watch what you've missed, I invite you to do so. And I would love to have your energy being added to our call today. I always say call because I'm talking on my phone. Okay, so let's get our next pile ready. And oh, you are so kind. Where are you guys coming from? Tell me where you're located, would you? And thank you so much for um sorry, I lost track of myself here. Thank you so much for being here from wherever you are and spending your time with me. If you've never gotten a reading for the group here, South Africa, wow, that's a gazillion miles away. I'm in Tennessee in the US, India, welcome. And so, what I'd love for you to do is to, as you hit the thumbs up, remember that you're hi, from Canada. Bless you, Canadian neighbor. I love you. I want you to think of us being in a circle. Like imagine if we were all sitting around in a circle. You know what my favorite thing to imagine is that we were all in a healing hot spring in one of the beautiful natural wonders of the world, that we're in a circle. Oh, it gives me goosebumps. Think about it. That we're all in a circle in a natural spring and it's cold outside, like there's snow, but we're all in a ring in this steaming hot tub of water that's not chemically treated. It's a natural hot spring. And I'm sitting there with waterproof cards, drawing cards. That kind of experience makes these readings so real. You might wonder, why in the world did I click this channel? Or who is this woman? I've never heard of her. I'm Catherine. And yet, when we turn on our imagination and we complete circles and we join each other, we all advance our life experience. If I can cheer you up a little bit or give you a little something, something to nibble on in your mind and your spirit, mission accomplished. Okay, so let's go forward here and go to our next pile. When it comes to luck, you want to get lucky? Let's see how this reading reads for you. It's pile 3. It's very nice to meet you too, Vish. Okay, so at crowning our reading right now, we have the love card. And again, so the very first thing that I want to think is that this is for lovers. But did you know that this card also can signify a major decision and it can also signify the career? So if you are someone who is considering a change in career or you feel you've been unlucky, maybe you've been mistreated on the career, that people have taken advantage of you. But what you're not seeing is that misfortune is simply one, well, it's like if you had you have a string of beads. Okay, imagine a string of beads. This comes from the work of Stutz. He's a psychologist, therapist that I love. And he said, imagine a string of pearls with an inch of cord in between each pearl. Can you imagine that? Now, imagine that each disappointment that you've had, either in love or career, each disappointment was just a pearl on that string, all the same size and the same length apart. And your life can be interpreted like that. Like you just go from pearl to pearl to pearl. You don't want to make any one pearl any more or less important than any other. Okay. So that's what I'm wanting you to take in here, that for some reason, your life has had a lot of push pull in it. And you have felt that you may have been lucky at times. In fact, good fortune could have come your way in such a profound fashion that you felt you had it forever. But suddenly something falls apart and it doesn't quite make sense. There's something that wants to hang on, but there's also something in the background that is calling away. Should you stay? Should you go? What is luck's message for you today? Okay, so let me lay these cards out first. My tea leaves, we'll get to those in a minute. So just being drawn to this purple card, I'm just going to set it up to the side here. We'll get to it, but I just feel like I want to set that aside. And let me grab there. There. What does luck? Imagine luck having a message. Luck is saying, don't give up on me. There's definitely the desire to be connected as I see these vines that are clinging to one another and bearing fruit. But there's another part that's pulling away. It's not a real comfortable energy and it doesn't feel lucky. So I feel you, viewer, whoever is here and this feels like you, that you have felt unlucky in your environment. Does this feel like you? Hit the thumbs up if you join into this energy, complete the circle, connect us so that I can more easily read the energy. Okay, let's leave the cards and let them do all the work. I always say the cards do all the work, and it's true. And we have Six of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, beautiful. So if there was a counter card for for bad luck, it's the Wheel of Fortune, right? I remember years ago I used to love playing the Wheels of Fortune um slot machine in Vegas. I didn't go to Vegas all that many times in my life, but I've been able to go on a couple of cruises, and they have casinos on the cruises, and those Wheel of Fortune games always drew my attention, and I always, you never win, but I would hit it enough to feel like a winner. So look at this. I love this. Okay, something's going on. Pile three. My hands are cold. Let's see what's going on. I might grab my. No, I don't. Warm my hands up. Hey, you guys, help me warm my hands up, okay? Can you hear, you know how it is to rub your hands together? Rub your hands together, create energy. It's really cool to do this. Honestly, it feels so like a 6-year-old would like this. Maybe there's a lesson there. But after you rub your hands together like that and you just place your hands in this position and just feel, just go back and forth and what's going on in your hands? What's going on? I feel like they feel warmer, but I do feel like a buzzing, tingling, and if I think about it, I can almost imagine, like, having a ball in my hands, a ball of tingling. Try it. It's very cool, but when my hands get cold, I do like to do this. Do you too? Now look at how our hands, we've got the 2 of Cups and the Love card. Okay. So what I'm seeing first is self-love. I am seeing I I'm seeing something that's trying to hold together. So you might be in a situation where you're holding it together. In fact, you might say that I'm barely holding it together. And there's friction. There's even the fact that I wanted to do this. This is so fascinating because I don't know why it just happened. My body did this, but this is friction, which is a I would today after this reading, I'm going to hop on Google and read about friction because I've never done this in a reading before, and I've done 2,500 videos of readings right now. So there's something very special about what's going on. And what's going on is about creating your own energy because this is what we're doing, right? If you do this, you're creating your own energy. Something real is happening. So, you, my dear reader, excuse me, I'm the reader, my dear listener, my as you are here, now see, hang on a second. There's no accident that I said to your reader, because I do feel like I have an inner being, an inner sense of things that speaks through me. And I know sometimes I speak to myself to just say, dear reader, it makes me want to slow down and connect. I don't want to hurry this message. I really don't. But I'm so excited. I want to go. But this energy that we can create with our own self, our full self, like our higher self, highest self, and our personality, like when our higher self and our personality come together instead of fighting each other, that's when we can step into our most profitable, most successful, most satisfied. We can soak into a deep satisfaction when our personality and our higher self are just getting along. Look at that, right? When you and your personality. So this is like the opposite. This is like one of these figures may be your personality, and the other person is your highest self, which you wouldn't be watching me if you didn't have some sense of soul, spirit, some part of you that is something else. But we are in conflict all the time because we're human and that's part of it. So when you are in a spot where you feel unlucky, it can be a lot of times connected to blame, where you're like blaming someone else for your bad fortune. You feel unlucky. Everybody else gets it and I don't. It's like almost there's a blame energy around that. Somebody's doing something to me. And yet, your highest self will promise you every single time that when you navigate through something that's been hard in your life, when you navigate through it and release it, see how the figure's releasing the dark energy, that there's new life that is continually flowing in. And that life is all about cycles that open and close. And so, as cycles open and close, that mimics this vine. So as our experience come in and out and knit around our circumstances, you become more closely aligned with your higher self. So at least you're on the same team. You're going to achieve what it is that you're looking for. Learning how to talk to yourself kindly is the first step. And I have some practical advice on that we'll get to in a little bit. But right now, even though some people can look at this card and think, is there a breakup coming? I like cards when they're hugging each other better than this. But this message today is to show they're completely committed. When you look at that, if they let go right now, they're both going to fall. So this couple is completely committed. And who of us does not want to be in partnership with people that are equally committed to us, whether it's work or love? So your call today, I haven't even gotten to the tea leaves yet, but the call for you today is to look for luck where you have not been looking for it before. Here's your challenge. Take a breath right now. More breath. Have you ever considered that you're lucky to breathe? Don't laugh at me. Seriously. Here's an example of how you can change your mind, your state of mind. Right now, the state of mind is breathing is natural. Why would I feel lucky? Everybody breathes. That's dumb. Breathing is not lucky. Okay. That's one state of mind. Let me suggest to you another state of mind. Let's say that you dove down to the bottom of the lake to find your cell phone, fell right out of your pocket, that darn cell phone somewhere at the bottom. You see it, but you're running out of breath. But you see the phone, and you know that if you go up to the surface without the phone, you're going to have to start over. So you fight, you swim down there, grab it, and then you bounce off the bottom with your feet. You spring yourself up towards the top of the lake. You look up there and you see the sky through the covering of the water. You pop your head above water and you take a breath. Do you feel lucky to breathe? Right? So your change of mindset's going to make all the difference in the world. I'm feeling drawn to turn this card. September. Okay, so this card, September, it's just an extra message. It drew my attention. It could be that something happened last September that caused you to doubt, caused you to doubt, so that you have been pulled apart from your highest self. You may have started doing a bad habit. You may have had something happen that turned you a bit salty. Or it could be that this coming September will be a time that's greatly important to you. I don't do much prediction around time, but I do notice when cards show up. So you just want to make a note of September. It could be that your birthday's in September and now you're like, holy moly, maybe this message is for me. If you connect to the September part of this, could you hit the thumbs up and let me know? Okay, so now let's draw our tea leaves. Okay, what do we have for our friend? I will timestamp these when I post them, so you'll be able to see um, what the previous readings were, or even go back and read pile three again for yourself. So thank you for coming back. Okay, here's our six tea leaves. What do we have? We have angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. I hope that's how you feel when you visit my channel. That's my heart, is to give you spiritual guidance and feel like you have a moment, a soft place to fall. And we have man, dealings or relationships with a man, and scissors. Looks like reminds me of scissors. And we have horse, a short journey. Okay, interesting. Let's try other tea leaves. Goldfish increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. And this goldfish, I don't know this to be true, but oh no, it's true with koi and also having fish in the house. There's something about good luck with fish. And of course, gold. So if you've been, this might be there's such a private message for someone, but I feel like there's somebody watching me right now that's been thinking about getting a fish. So I think that the universe is showing you that yes, adding a water element, you might want to get a little book on feng shui, which I always recommend, or you don't need books at this point. You can YouTube feng shui basics. And if you want to get energy moving around in your home, that might be an idea for you. And then we have bird perched, waiting for news, waiting for a package or waiting for a letter. Kind of goes with that September theme. If your birthday's in September, you may find that as you are in your solar return, there's something going on that is like a gestation that'll be hatching at that point. And claw, be careful, do not take risks. Okay. Okay, so if I could just address the claw first, I feel like what the claw is showing you is that right now, if you're just joining me, we had talked about this card signifying the strange connection between your personality and your higher self. That there is this commitment to stay together, but this compulsion to pull apart. And it's as if your highest self is always reaching out to you, pulling you back from the edge. And this total trust of being with when the two of these energies are yours, you're at your best. I don't think anybody would argue with me, right? When the two of these parts of yourself are at peace, you are unstressed. It's only when you start having these two argue where the personality's like, I know what I want, and I know that was wrong, and I know what I need, and I will do this. So your personality is just speaking up for itself. It's okay. And your higher self just going, I get it, but I get it, but I get it, but to be able to clue you into how to flow together. You're going to attract better people and better opportunities when that happens. Be careful. Do not take a risk on making a decision if you are not in this state of mind. You're always going to be deciding for something less than your potential if you decide from the piece of you that is out of balance. So I love this as the final card I put down. Don't take a risk with this. You got nothing to lose. If you focus the month of March, it's only the second. And every day I put out shorts, every single day. They're only 13 seconds long. It's easy to go to school with Catherine. And you just allow yourself to subscribe so you're on the list. Check out those little mini videos. And just as you hear those words coming through me from the divine as a spiritual messenger, that's all I do is give energy vitamins. Get your energy vitamin, take it in, live that way that day, because fueling yourself continually with this combination of personality, the voice that you're hearing, and your guidance, which is the ideas that are coming through me. And we all start to create this desire to be within our own energy. Now, my hands are getting cold again. It's cold at my house today, but we're also going to create energy. So, everybody that's watching, please join us, except if you're driving, please don't. And listen to the sound. Okay, sound is energy. And then feel, are your hands warmer? And then pretend it's an energy ball, an energy of tingling, excuse me, ball of tingling. It's a state of mind to recognize energy. And so, what we're learning is learning how to be a team with yourself, inner and outer, is going to bring so much good luck into your life. All right. Understand that whatever your belief system, because we all can call God different things, the energy, the spirit, I don't want to use the word force, but it's substance though. I can feel through goosebumps and things. I can really feel the energy, that energy is alive in you. I call it my inner being. There's a beingness about me that is me at a deeper level. That part of you is always available. You can't be separated from it. It's part of who you are. So if you're tempted to want to learn more about angels and energy, YouTube is filled with help. Okay. Certainly you can come back and I'm happy to be your teacher. You may find that some of your experiences have to do with a male figure in your life. Sometimes we have ideas about ourselves that come from our dad, our uncles, even our grandfathers, or male bosses that we've had. And so do allow that possibility that in your past there was something that didn't work out so good with you and a man. And that this horse, are on a short journey. You have drifted off of your balance, but not for too long and not too far. You couldn't go too far on a canoe or a rowboat with a single suitcase. This is not where she's going to a place to stay forever or for a long time. Your experiences have drawn you away. Most of us just our experiences last week completely bumped you off of balance. But when we do fall away from that sense of having our personality and our higher self being a team, working together like a team, you're almost back. You've got a short journey ahead. All right. So the goldfish, there isn't an increase in your spiritual growth. Now, to me, I just like to put in the word energetic growth. There is something happening around the energy of your growth back into this really the golden ratio. I was just reading about the golden ratio. It's so fascinating, but I feel like this is divine perfection to be in balance with your inner self and your personality. You can completely expect to feel luckier. So those of you that this is meaningful for you, I just let me put my email on here because I do love to connect with people that enjoy these readings because I believe by the end of this month, I'm going to give you some affirmations here in a little bit. I believe by the end of the month, if you learn how to change your state of mind, so your state of mind is, I'm okay with my inner being. I feel good. I'm calm. I'm relaxed. I feel a sense of hope. I know that I'm in the company of my inner being. Many people meditate for this reason, just to find that center. And I also know I'm off a little bit, so I need to do something to bring myself back. But I will not take any major, excuse me, I will not make any major decisions if I'm not in this state of mind. So by the end of March, I believe your luck is going to switch. You may be somebody who will win some money. I've had the experience where somebody offered me a free cruise. That's pretty darn lucky, you have to admit. I've also had someone offer me a free hot air balloon ride. Are you kidding? I am not. So you can have unexpected, crazy stuff happen when you become more magnetic, when you become more in balance to the goodness of life. Okay. So um, when you align yourself, that's the first step. Now, I do have one more card, and then I'm going to let you know what the action step is. Okay, so thank you for your patience. Thank you for hanging in there. Oh yeah, how nice for me is right. I mean, here's what happened. I bought a used car from a guy, and I loved it. It was the first time I negotiated my own car deal. And I was, what was I, 64, 63, something like that. And so, I went to found a car on Craigslist. I went and had it checked out, and they gave me don't pay more than this price advice. And I tried to negotiate best I can. And this young man was very young, full early 40s, and he was so kind to me. And he did negotiate with me, but he got his price, well, but then, he said, "You remind me of my mom. Where are you from?" I hope you don't mind if I tell you this story, you guys. "You remind me of your mom, my mom. Where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from Indiana." He goes, "Oh, my mom's from Michigan. You guys say the same stuff. I love talking to you." He's just really nice. So I went ahead and purchased the car, and he took me to a place. We followed each other to a place where I could, get my license right that very day, and he put it on my car for me. He was very kind. And so I shook his hand, said, "Thanks, Charlie." And it was a 1989 Toyota Celica convertible baby blue. It was a cool dream car for me. It only had 89,000 miles and truly was enjoyed by a couple who only took it out on Sundays. It was a dream come true. So this must have so then after that, so this is like probably around 2016, almost 9 years ago now. See, I underguessed. What happened was about a week after, no, it was like 2, 3 months after I got my new car, I get a phone call, and the guy goes, "Hi, Catherine, this is Charlie." I said, "Hi, Charlie. How are you doing?" He goes, "Fine." He goes, "Listen, I've been thinking, I want to send my mom on a cruise, and I need someone to go with her." And I said, "Well, I can't do that, I can't afford that." He goes, "No, Catherine, you don't understand. I wanna pay for your trip. My mom hasn't had she's 73, she hasn't been on vacation for her whole life because her husband's been dying of Alzheimer's for it's my stepdad's been dying from Alzheimer's for years. And she goes to visit him every day. And I finally talked her into wanting a vacation. I really want you to go. I seldom get this story without feeling emotional because I never saw it coming. So I said, sure. So I let my kids know, and they're like, Mom, you can't do that. You don't know these people. I said, yeah, but I'm flying American Airlines out to Florida, and then I'm getting on the ships, the ship I'm getting on right in Fort Lauderdale, Royal Caribbean, and that's a company. I think I'm safe to go. So of course I went. And as it turned out, it ended up getting me a second cruise. We went a couple years later, and I don't want to take the time to tell the rest of what was a wonderful story. But the point is, not everything in my life that's happened has been lucky, but being lucky enough to meet somebody who would give me a cruise, that's all the energy we share. All the energy we share. I will recommend to you a book if this is new to you. You want to go take a look at a book called E Squared by Pam Grout, Grout. And I know that it is published in India with your native language. It's been published in many different languages. It's called E Squared. It's 9 energy experiments that you can do, and you can prove to yourself what this is teaching. That if you get your personality to find peace with your inner being, you won't believe what shows up in your life out of the blue. Okay, ooh, okay, so this is our advice card. The seer, see beyond the current situation. Oh, beautiful piece of advice. See beyond what's current in your situation. So if you're in a state of imbalance, you're in a state of doubt, your state of mind is ill at ease in any way, that's your current situation. So you can honestly say, I'm feeling ill at ease right now. I'm feeling ill at ease. Then let's change it. My state of mind is anxiety. My state of mind is worry. What is it? So, in order to move from the state you're in, you have to know where you are. If I want to drive from Tennessee to Illinois, how could I find my way if I didn't identify with being in Tennessee first? Okay, it orients you. So if you do not feel content, satisfied, is our big word today. If you're not feeling satisfied, that means you are in a state of mind that won't let you get there. Take that in. And so your job is to change your state of mind. See beyond your current situation. Okay. Oh, I just opened randomly to the right page. Am I lucky? What a lucky thing. I was able to go. I don't usually do this, but reading from these cards today has proven to be very interesting. So thank you for being patient. I'm going to read a little bit and then I'll take a picture. You can take a picture of this content for the extended message, and then you can read it after the reading. Okay. See beyond the current situation. Look beyond your current situation, raise your vibration, and focus on love. You know what? This illustrates this card completely because if they take their minds off their current agenda and they focus on what works, it's solved no matter what your issue. Most indigenous peoples have a seer in the family or tribe. Seers are the intelligent and intuitive beings who serve as direct channels for information on what's occurring now and what's about to unfold. Their energy isn't about predicting your future for you, but about showing you how your intentions are creating it, how your states of mind. Your intention is a state of mind. Okay, so your state of mind is creating your future. A true seer will help you see that your intentions, excuse me, that your state of mind can change. Therefore, so can your future. The message of this card is to let the clairvoyant within you rise up so that you can see the way forward yourself with your spiritual eyes. Oh, that is such a I get now I have goosebumps all over my chest right now. And so you just want to notice, do you have goosebumps? If you do, how cool. It just shows us that our energy can connect because think about that. If I'm having goosebumps here in Tennessee and you are having goosebumps in South Africa, and that energy that's making my body do that is the same energy as what's touching you. When we come together, when we unite, that's why the internet's so wonderful. But as we unite and become connected, and then pick something, like my friend Chris Reck over at Minnow Pond Tarot, in the March message, he said, make a plan, even if it's a dumb plan, but make a plan for March because so much energy is juiced up. So if you do make a plan that every day, at least once a day, you check in with yourself. Is my personality dominating my moment? Or am I in balance with my inner being? The inner being is a place that never is upset. Your inner being can't be angry. Your inner being can't be worried. It just is an existence in the foreverness that supports us. Got it? So commit to learning how to read your own energy. That when you think about being a seer, you're just wanting to learn how to feel your hell yes and your hell no. It's so simple, really. No decision should be made if you're not in this place. And we do create our own energy. So let's prove it again, everybody. Rub your hands together. Number one, then creating sound. Sound is energy. Okay. Number two, I just created heat. Heat is energy, just like that lady's doing. And then secondly, tingling, some kind of zzz energy, zzz, and creating energy. If I can create energy with my hands, how much more energy can I create with my mind, my brain, and my heart? So, what are your action steps? Okay, so what you're going to want to do here is hang on a second. Oh, here it is. I always try to give magic words that are just quick phrases that definitely are interrupters, they're energy interrupters, so you can move to a different state of mind. And this one is even though I don't know how. Okay, so the words are even though I don't know how. And let me finish it. That's the first part of this the affirmation. And the second part is couple. I'm going to give you two or three. I am in harmony with my inner being now. Even though I don't know how, I am in harmony with my inner being now. Okay, that's one. And then, even though I don't know how, I'm at peace with what's inside right now. Okay, even though I don't know how, I'm at peace with what's inside right now. Let's see if I can think of another one. Even though I don't know how, I like my personality now. I like that one. Even though I don't know how, I appreciate myself right now. That's true because your personality has great parts, right? We're not saying we don't have a great personality, but if the bossy or the scared or the fearful or doubtful side of our personality is dominating the current state of mind that I'm in, then I'm battling. Okay. So even though I don't know how, I'm staying emotionally balanced right now. So anytime the pressure's on, use that word, even though I don't know how. Choose a behavior that is your desire I have peace of mind right now, for example, then that rhyme setting up, even though I don't know how, and right now is a way our brain pays attention. And you can, this is why certain affirmations work. Okay, let me see. Is there anything else? Or I think, oh, I forgot. Yes, I'm going to draw one more. I have these yes or no, when or how sticks. And I did this on oh, I only did it on one of the other um tiles so far, but I just want to add it kind of as a bonus. So what I'd like for you to do right now is go ahead and pick in your mind a question, and what is a yes or no question, whatever is what you're desiring a yes or no answer to. And then I will draw one of these sticks. And we have yes or no. And this one is a no. Okay, so listen in. Before I read the reading, I want you to find an aspect. If this no is a relief, don't do anything. Just let me read it. But if you were hoping for a yes, I want you to think of an aspect that you feel doubt. Okay. Because this speaks to doubt for a person who doesn't have relief that it's a no, just so how you can receive it. No, a tornado of unpredictable events twists by. It is replaced by a series of quiet but promising situations. It takes black clouds to make bright lightning. Use your unorthodox ideas for difficult problems to provide the burning satisfaction that you think. I have to read that again. This is exactly this energy, this divine tension, right? Where you get tempted into situations that look, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. But your inner being so gently tugs back and says, hang on a second, let's do this together. So there's something with your question right now that's a no right now. Okay. So the doubt you've been feeling, the reason you've been procrastinating is a good one because there's something you just need to feel better about. So listen again. A tornado of unpredictable events twists by. It is replaced by a series of quiet but promising situations. It takes those black clouds to make bright lightning. Use your unorthodox ideas for difficult problems to provide the burning satisfaction that you need. So, this is a card of not settling. Don't be afraid to say this no. Could be that getting into a side hustle will be highly profitable for you in March. I did a live, I think it was just about a couple weeks ago, and there's a money reading in it and there's a career reading, and they were on fire. So you definitely want, if you're in the middle, you can't decide on something, go take a look at the money career readings because those cards had a lot to teach. Getting into this alignment, this perfect balance is all you need. The September card may come out more important now. Maybe you started something in September, or you're feeling like maybe your birthday's in September, some other personal call that this is your reading. But just because you're here, you get to claim it. All right. If you've missed out in the beginning of the reading, I will be time stamping them after it's posted so that you can find it more easily. This is an abundantly fruitful card for someone who has questioned whether their luck is gone forever, or how can you become luckier? What is it you can do? Go forth and prosper, my dear pile three. This has been such a fun reading to do. Okay, pile four. We're getting to you. I don't even know how long I've been on here. I wonder. Doesn't matter. I have nothing but time on my hand to share with you, my friends. If you haven't been here before, I'm Catherine. This is Fish Out of Water Tarot. It used to be, but then I changed to Pattern Breaker because I began to recognize how we have like a GPS in our own minds. where we are set on a path. It's like the GPS, it's like one of those automatic driving cars. We always end up going in a certain direction, and there's like nothing we can do to change our fate. Some of us are waiting and waiting and waiting for our ship to come in. We know we've been promised certain things, but how long do you have to wait? And so, what pattern can you break in yourself when this is going on? So, that's who I am. And so, who are you? Thank you for being here. Hey, Nora. Nora, thank you so much. You know what? I changed my name on you. I went to Pattern Breaker, but welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here. And let's see. Let's see. I want to look at my Okay, so okay, so Nora, what we're doing, you may want to go back and listen to some other sections of the reading because we're talking about creating luck for ourselves. Because if you think about it, if you got a specific answer about love or money right now, that could be fine. But if you've had bad luck where you've had something come in and then it disappeared, it becomes super smart to find out how to be lucky. And that's what we're teaching today. We're teaching about the fact that your state of mind, that's where luck is. If you feel lucky, it's because you are in a state of mind of being lucky. You're in a state of mind, right? I feel lucky. It's a state of my mind. And then if you're unlucky, you can also create a state of mind of unluck, of really being just unlucky. I'm unlucky. Then you create a state of mind. And so what we're teaching about that is that you can move from state of mind to state of mind using the example of where you live right now. So, one of my friends that's listening is in South Africa. That is no, I'm not going to use the countries. I want to use states. So we have the state of California here in my country, and we have the state of Tennessee. They're two very different places. And I can use my imagination to think of California. I've been there I lived there. So I can pull up in my imagination in 1 second, nanosecond, I can picture a beach. And so my mind now is in the state of California, even though my body is here in Tennessee. Can you be in two places at one time? In energy, 100%, but not with my body. Okay. So that's what I'm saying is about the state of being unlucky. You can't have both of them empowered in your mind at the same time. Got it? So that's what you're here for. Welcome. It's your birthday. Oh, in your birthday, gotta go now. We'll continue to go back and listen. Yes, I will put the timestamps in for you, Nora. And so, good luck with, are you going back to work or you're just going out and about? So, enjoy the rest of your day and do come back. I'm glad you're here. So, that's what our goal is. If you've been feeling unlucky, I want to feel like you can do something about it by the end of this message. And thank you for being here. If you're new to me, I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot. Okay. So we have rebuild. Okay. Rebuild. Oh, well, it does suggest that you have been through an unlucky patch, that you may have had luck in the past, but it's like snake bit is struck by lightning. So you might even be a person who's been struck by lightning. I've had stranger things happen on my readings than that. But something interrupted your natural affinity with luck. Luck and risk became too connected. Luck and risk. What's the relationship for you, my friend? Luck and risk. Big winners are big losers. True. Big winners are big losers. Risk, reward. What's the relationship with luck? So your snake bit. Oh gosh, you might be had a crypto experience. You might have invested in something that bit you. You lost financially. Definitely. So I feel like there's somebody who will be, if you're not here in the video right now, I believe you will be watching it later, where for whatever reason your life of good fortune came to a shocking end. Okay, a loss in investment. Somebody, ooh, I'm feeling the energy of somebody who got cut out of a will. Is there anybody on the call? I always say that because I'm on the phone. Um, that you were expecting something you didn't get financially. Okay. Another option. Did somebody steal work? You created something, you invented something, but you didn't get the patent in time. Something unfair and extremely unlucky. If you can relate, hit the thumbs up. Okay, let's draw cards here and see what's going on. Rebuild the luck. Okay, oopsie. We have King of Pentacles. Okay. Eight of Cups. Ah, yes, I can see a little storyline coming. I'm going to be real careful here. You know what? I'm not going to say much. Imagine that. I'm not going to say much until I get the all of this reading pulled. The other two messages I was tending to um, pull the cards and speak at the same time, but this rebuilding, is it possible to become lucky again? Possible to recharge, restore, and we get to the, hearing the word gold standard, creme de la creme, royal, one more, rebuilding, getting that. Thank you. Okay. Got a lot of cards here. Let's see what's up. First of all, I just feel like I want to say that I just have a lot of respect for you. I feel like um, it's hard to be a naturally lucky person and lose it because you can doubt everything. Because it was effortless, wasn't it? It was lucky before you knew that what luck was, but it slipped away, and it was so shocking. In this figure, I can't help but notice how she's holding her energy close to her heart. To me, it's like a poultice. It's a healing, guarded, super guarded, right? No, no one can have this. So it seems like after you had that loss or that betrayal, that a part of you felt so robbed and blindsided. And so right now you've lost your touch, you've lost your confidence isn't there. The fear of risk is keeping you from feeling lucky. And so as she holds this at her chest, this figure, gender doesn't matter, but as this angelic energy is holding this energy, what we want you to realize is by holding it in, you are restricting. And that will keep luck very infantile, not developed. Okay. So that's the first thing I have to say about it. Second thing, we're going to let our beautiful tea leaves speak. Yes, this could be the loss of an inheritance. That's exactly right. Thank you. Thank you, Todd. I hope you don't mind. I don't know. What does your family call you? Do you use then? Son or Dada? I would like to speak to you more clearly. Let's see here. The dog barking, advice from a friend, and we have Lily, spiritual love, and we have obstacles to overcome. This is such a gentle message. Okay, so the first thing is somebody here watching me, you've been very hard on yourself. Okay, somebody here that's watching me, you have been feeling like you made a mistake and it was something that was what preventable. Okay, fan, romance, celebration, and party, because these cards are so gentle. There is such a sweet piece of advice coming for you. I just need you to know that. Okay. Take a breath. Some of you may have realized that you're not breathing right now. Some of you stopped breathing. You're just kind of holding your breath and you don't even realize it. Just a little nervous about what this means. The risk still hurts. And so does being lucky. Lucky hurts when it disappears. Hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. Like I said, there's such a soft, nurturing energy here. Jug, lighthearted, carefree time. Funnel, period of frustrations, lessons to be learned. And carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. So I kind of love how this, even that these extra cards fell, because it just does suggest a wheel, which is momentum, movement. Okay. And so I want to commend your courage. I want to take a moment and just say to get knocked like that, to have some sort of deep cut that disrupts your sense of well-being like an earthquake, especially when it comes. I'm thinking a lot about finances here, but it could also be a romance that you find out somebody cheated, that you never had a reason to question being lucky, and all of a sudden something dramatic happened to crack that sense of yes. Okay, so now you don't trust anything anymore because that got broken, and you just wonder if you can ever recover. And so the answer is 100% yes. These cards are so powerful, these tarot cards. I don't want to rush because the circle of energy that is happening right now is really here for you. March is a month of intense um, energy. I think it's Venus going into retrograde, if I'm not mistaken. Chris Reck over at Minnow Pond Tarot put it a post yesterday, and each sign gets to see a message, and I'm pretty sure he said that. And so the old relationships can come back. This rebuild message for this particular month is really powerful. And so, do you have to walk away from something? Yes. Yes. You need to be ready to take steps to let it go. Let bad luck be bad luck. Let bygones be bygones. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Vegas just being my metaphor for a risk. Whatever happened, happened. It's gone. Just take a breath. There's only one way out, and it's through. So I'm going to just give you an affirmation that you can say in case you can't hang out with me to the end of the reading. It's part of the toolkit. There's certain phrases, I call them magic words because they interrupt a state of mind. If you have a state of mind of anxiety, risk averse, anxious, that's a state of mind. And if we want to move from that state of mind to a state of this will all work out, right? It doesn't have to be much more than that. You go to the state of mind of this will work itself out. You have to move just like you have to move from Tennessee to Omaha, Nebraska. You have to move to a different state. So you take your mind and you put it into a state of I'm sure everything will pan out. That's all it takes. Take a breath. So right now, moving to a new state, you have to leave something out. You can't take what you have to the state. You need to leave it. The promise is that with guidance, with the divine, or the reading right before this one, pile number 3, was really cool. It was all about making peace between your personality and your inner being. I loved that reading. I think I'll listen to it again myself because that's a state of mind when you're in alliance with your inner being. It's a state of mind. You can go there with practice, and then you'll know what to leave behind. In this particular deck, see how that Eight of Cups, it still has some life in it. The rest of them are below, they've sunk, they're gone. But many times when you're needing to rebuild, you need to leave something behind. I'm going to suggest, I love the cards, they do all the work. See that, I'm going to call it like a shield. See the shield that the angel's holding up at their heart instead of having open hands, right? Where it can radiate outward, out into the world. She's holding this as a shield. I'm going to suggest to you that that's what's lighting up this bowl. That in your emotional disappointment from whatever loss was there, there's a guardedness that it seems to be keeping you safe. It seems to be keeping you okay. And the reading is calling for expansion. It's time to rebuild your luck. So that's the first step here with being able to have phrases that work to detach you from something that's bothering you. So, up until now is the phrase that I'm wanting you to consider. Up until now, I have been shielding myself from emotional pain. And then there's the second part says, but today I'm trusting my inner guidance to help me. Now, when I create these, they just come out of me. I don't know, exactly why or how it makes sense. It just comes because it feels good in my heart to feel it and feels good in my mouth to say it. So I'm going to do a couple more here that are maybe are exactly right for your situation. So hold in your mind what it is that you're wanting excuse me, the state of mind that you're in right now. Worry, anxiety, fear, um, betrayal. Did somebody hurt you by betraying you? That's what the sudden shock that happened. That part of what is falling apart here. It was such a sudden shock. This really does kind of go with pile two. If you want to go back and look at it, it's pretty. I'll be putting timestamps in if you're drawn. Not pile two, excuse me, pile three. But even though let me back up here to up until now. Up until now, it has been hard to walk away from this. And then the second part, but today I realize this will pan out like it's supposed to. The purpose of this exercise is to create sentences that feel doable, actionable, comfortable in your mind. Let's do another one. Up until now, I didn't want to forget the pain in the past. It didn't seem right, the second part. But today I realize that I'm causing my own suffering. Now, that may or may not feel true to you. This is how you tell an affirmation is for you, is because you get it. It's like, no, not me. Excellent. And we try a different one. The magic words for you to remember is up until now. Okay, here's one. Up until now. And then I'll carry on with the reading. Up until now, I didn't realize how much my child makes me anxious. I want to adjust that a little bit. Up until now, I didn't realize how my child's behavior makes me anxious. Up until now, I didn't realize how much my child's behavior um, turns up my anxiety. Now, I'm thinking of an adult child right now. But if that's true for you, you are in a state of mind. Anxiety is a state of mind. Anxiousness, nervousness, fear, worry, doubt. They're all states of mind. So when we use up until now, it instructs our mind to put a container on that thinking because that's not helping you rebuild your luck. So up until now, I didn't realize that anxiety is a state of mind that I can change. But today, I'm going to put some tools together and change that. Okay. So let's march forward. Now, where was I? Needing to leave something behind. The King of Pentacles, that's like the embodiment of luck to me. We have the Wheel of Fortune, of course, which came up. I think it was reading two, the Wheel of Fortune, the lucky card came up. And here, what we have is the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles is a hard-working, smart, wise, savvy, full of charisma, just makes success. Everything they touch turns to gold, truly like a Midas touch, and comes to a place in their life. Again, this is an energy. So within humans, I believe this is what I teach to be true, that the energy of this King of Pentacles is like the universe's way to help us understand a prosperous energy pictured here with this King of Pentacles. In relationships, his people skills are good. He's achieved what he wants to achieve. This is a man who knows how to get into the flow, knows how to get into the zone. In the card, of course, it's just an energy. Gender has nothing to do with it. This $10,000 perfectly bred dog could be his easily, but no, somebody gave it to him as a thank you gift for an investment advice that he once had. This beautiful gold pentacle that he's carrying, did he have to purchase that? No. This was given to him for payment for service rendered, for lending his expertise to get somebody's dream to come true. So this, if you flow in that, yes, right? And so I have a feeling that indeed you may have had a time in your life, whether either in a love relationship, a career relationship, a friendship, you felt highly tapped into this energy. But shock of all shocks, lightning strikes, tower comes down, it ends. And what felt natural in the past, like, oh yeah, I'm lucky because you didn't even think about it, that now you're like, oh brother, I would give anything to, I don't necessarily want to live it again, but I sure want to be in that energy stream of feeling like one thing lines up after another and things work out that are supposed to work out. In order to get where you want to go, you have to be willing to let go of your self protection, the worry, and the fear. Identifying that state of mind and using some very specific tools, you can begin to rebuild luck because luck is around you all the time. Here you are putting yourself out of the game. It's like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to stay single for the rest of my life. I'm never going to invest again. I'm never going to trust again. Nope, I'm done. So you put yourself into this beautiful position of just being separate from everything. And in that state of mind of I'm done, in your I'm done state of mind, what do you create but this wonderful glow of presence that something occurs to you. You get an idea and you begin to desire something better for yourself. And you begin to remember the best parts about being lucky in your past. So, one of the things that will help you is to get out a piece of paper and write down all of the unlucky things that have happened to you lately. Even if you just got up in the middle of the night and stubbed your toe, let's say that happened. That was unlucky. You drop your favorite vase and it breaks. That's unlucky. Okay. So write down everything that's unlucky and then you can just see as you look at it, you're like, yeah, absolutely. I have been unlucky. And then pick a different flip the page over and write down. I'm going to give you a strong challenge 25 times in your lifetime where you were lucky. Okay. You might be able to identify with being lucky to be born where you were born. You might consider it lucky in the world today that you live where you live. Whatever. It doesn't have to be I won the lottery. Or like for me personally, where somebody gave me a hot air balloon ride. I'm not even kidding. When I received that gift, it was life changing because that's such a cool thing that somebody would give you that. And so I'm very lucky. one of the luckiest people you'll meet. But I also went through a serious disease and I've had a couple of relationship fails that hurt me. I've had some betrayals. I have felt very unlucky at the same time. So I know what it's like to rebuild that natural feeling of, yes, I'm in the flow. Because you may be 100% in the flow in your art, in your relationships, and you may be flat or unempowered in your career. And so learning what it is to be lucky and tuning it up, tuning it in, coming into alignment with it for sure. If you were unlucky before, you will be luckier. And if you know what it's like to be lucky, but you just got into an unlucky streak, you are going to know what it feels like to recover from that. Because this figure is getting ready to come back out and get back into the game. So, advice from a friend: when you're in the situation of rebuilding, your friendships are very important. Whenever you go through a challenge, certain people show up. It's just part of life, often strangers who become new friends that begin to just share your personality with you and enjoy you. As you trust again, you need to be careful about who you tell what to, but you also know that luck happens in the companionship of others. Combinations of personalities can bring amazing changes to your life. And so you do want to start small and trust friends. There is this sense, this with this spiritual love card. I just feel like the divine has your back, that there's something in you that needs to trust in something bigger than yourself, that the betrayal came in such a painful way. You might have thought, God, didn't you see this coming? How could you have allowed it? So the idea of reconnecting to source, reconnecting to your sense of inner reality, the inner divine, that's something I think that can be healed. And so you might want to take a peek at pile 3 if you're so inclined. I will put timestamps in because we had a that reading was 100% about. I should try to clip that out and make it its own reading because it talked about the benefit of combining your personality with your inner being in peace and to create a state of mind that would hold that together. Because your all of the pain you went through is a state of mind, and you can move. You can pack your bags and move to a different state of mind. That's what this is all about. Obstacles to overcome has everything to do with not knowing what state of mind is um, interrupting your path. If you aren't aware of a state of mind that's holding you back, then you will find them to be obstacles. And we will be talking about that. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice at the very end of the reading, an affirmation you can use if you want to stay tuned. Romance, celebration, and party. Once you are celebrating yourself, you're restoring the trust in your gut and the trust in your inner being. What's going to happen is that you are going to be out in circulation again. Your time of isolation is coming to an end. The springtime is coming, the sun is coming back out. There's going to be a lot of festivals this spring here in my hemisphere where I can go out and be with people, get back into the flow. And I'm walking away from this kind of energy myself. So it resonates with what I'm doing. And it is hard to leave some of my guardedness behind. So I totally resonate with you all who are listening to this call and feeling that kind of energy. I'm not saying it's easy, but there's something about your luck. I'm lucky in love, but not with money, right? I'm lucky in where I live, but I'm sure not lucky in love. And remember, lucky is all about how you define what's the state of mind of luck. I'd like to interrupt my reading here, and give you this. If you're here right now, there's no accident. This is your word. Luck is a state of mind. Okay, take a breath. Luck is a state of mind. Luck is a state of mind. Peace is a state of mind. you can move from one state to the next whenever you want. Unlucky is a state of mind. To believe that you're unlucky, it's a state. You can move to peace when you want. You might not be able to move to luck for a little bit because luck has to prove itself to you, right? Luck has to appear again so you can believe in it. But it's here and it's now and it's coming. So it is a journey here. You have to journey from state to state. This is such a good idea, this idea of moving from state to state. I have to physically move from Tennessee to California, but I can mentally go to California by just remembering it and being on the beach there. If my mind is split between the two, I'm not going to be as centered as I'd like to. It will throw me off. But if I can recognize that I can change my state of mind in a second, change my location in a second in my own mind, peace comes back. So you're going to hear me talking a lot. You're going to hear me talking a lot about state of mind in the next month because March is a month of big change. And I'm thrilled that y'all are here to be walking this path with me. Okay. So, period of frustrations, lessons to be learned. It is frustrating when luck is happening to everybody else but you. But this reminds me of ice cream. Your treat is coming. You are going to be plugged back into your flow as quick as you've ever seen. It'll happen in small ways at first, but once a trickle becomes a flood, having a light-hearted, carefree time. Listen, I will tell you that comedy is saving me when my mind slips. When my state of mind is despair, disappointment, betrayal. Yeah, I have all those feelings, even though I know the power of changing my mindset. I still have times when just remembering somebody else I haven't walked away from them yet. And that energy pulls me back. So if I watch comedy, I have to tell you a couple of my favorite comedy to watch movie wise is The Birdcage with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane, and then Liar Liar with Jim Carrey. Just a couple that I have used in the past that I cannot watch without laughing. I love them so much. So have a list of books, music, favorite comics. Bloopers on YouTube are fantastic because the more giggling and joy you can bring into your energy, the easier it is. It's like fuel for a change of a state of mind. Laughter is the fuel for changing a state of mind because I don't understand why. I can't explain why 7 Up bubbles. I mean, I can't explain why when I go like this with my hands, why friction makes my hands warm and vibrating. But I can't deny it's there, even though I can't explain it. So when you disrupt your inner energy with giggles and laughter, it fuels this wheel that's going around here. Do you want to be luckier? Are you here visiting me for the first time? I'm Catherine. I'm so curious. Do you want to be luckier? Hit the thumbs up. Join the circle of energy that we've created here. And let's rebuild our mind, rebuild the map so we can make the choice to move our little cute little rear ends into this state of luckiness. Okay? State of luck. Now, we have one more card. We have a stick. I'm going to draw a stick from my yes and no to see if you have a particular question, a yes or no question that you would like to have answered. I will do that also. So glad you're visiting today. We have been having a lot of fun here with the luck readings. Want to get lucky? I know how to get lucky, and I want to show you how. Let's see what beautiful deck. We have the Angels and Oracles deck, Kyle Gray, and see who our messenger is to complete the reading. Somebody's at my door. Don't you love it? It's Murphy, you guys. Thank you, everybody, for being so patient while Murphy laughed his or Bart laughed. I said laughed his butt off. I was just talking about laughter. Okay, I have to tell you guys, thank you for being patient with Murphy. But it used to be so frustrating for me when stuff like that would happen. And I was hard on myself for sure, very defended. My energy was not freely expressed at certain times of my tarot reading career. And now I'm just grateful that I could allow an interruption and in peace. So, state of mind, what a perfect example. Because if your state of mind is about frustration and that's the state you're in, you can move to a state of everything will work out okay, even a state of neutrality, not trying to get anywhere, but just on purpose picking to not be upset when you have a chance to be upset. So, anyway, take a breath. That was a big interruption for me. So, do you ever have that happen? If you've had that happen where something interrupts what you're doing, drop me, just hit this little thingy, the smiley face, and show me that you're here with me. So tap with cat, see how it says that's me, tap with cat, because I just am breathing new life into my tapping channel. And so you can tap over there by tapping on my name, and it'll take you to there. I have a library with several, oh, good one, Murphy, with several tapping scripts in there for your tapping pleasure. And now the winter card, take care of your needs. Okay, again, I apologize for that interruption. Okay, take care of your needs, winter. Okay, what's the message here? It's a couple things. With the wolf, of course, gets my attention, and wolves are such mysterious, fabulous animals. Misunderstood, for sure, huh? Let's see here. Wolf. And then it says winter, and we're just coming out of winter here in Tennessee. Something I'm very grateful for because I really do prefer heat. I feel my body feels most comfortable in the heat. Anybody join me? And I've been reading out of the book today. I don't usually, it's not something I typically do, but it's been adding dimension to every reading we've done so far today. So if you want to take a picture, you just hold it up a little bit. I'm going to read a little bit about it. And then if you want to read the extended, you can take a screenshot here and help yourself. Okay, do everything you need to be at your best. Then move beyond your fears and limitations. Okay. This is absolutely the most wonderful energy to go with this card. It speaks exactly with what we've talked about today. The idea of you've done your best to get past this thing, whatever thing happened, being snake bit, being struck by lightning, having some kind of change come that interrupted everything. You went through that. There's no denying, but it is time to move away from your fears and limitations. So I gave some affirmations earlier, and I'm going to give the affirmations again so you can write them down. Just some concrete tools to start to let this go, this desire to protect yourself, to put it behind you, to trust again that you will be guided in the right direction. And your natural sense of being lucky and things always work out for you, it's happening. It's happening right now. It's being prepared for you. Okay. For many of the animal realm, winter is a time of hibernation and retreat. You may wish to curl up in a ball too, But although you may not feel as bright as you'd like to be, a primal force within is encouraging you to continue. The winter card features a wolf, one of the few animals that stay active all year round. Wolves know what it's like to work alone or thrive within a pack. So if you feel you need to go it alone at this time, know that wolf medicine will help you move beyond your insecurities and relax in your own space. And I'm going to substitute and relax in your own state of mind. It is possible to create a state of mind that is different from the one that captures you. That's your God given right. It's something you can learn to do. You don't have to dwell on the things that are troubling you. Okay? Now, let's go forward and see what we can advise. When it's time to create affirmations, the ones you pick should feel complete. It feels like to me there's a drop, it like drops deep. I can feel it. It's like, yes, absolutely. That feels fantastic. And that's what we want to go for. And there's certain phrases that you can use that actually will trigger uh it's like how could I say, oh, you know how those drawbridges, like when you have a shallow piece of water in between two places in the ocean, and they have a bridge they need to use, but they have to have a drawbridge so it opens so tall ships can get through with it easily. But in order for people to get across, you need to draw the bridge up. So there's words you can use that do that to your state of mind. To get from a state of mind of anxiety to a state of mind of peace, these words will make a drawbridge so that you can walk right over there. Okay, so here's how to start. You have been in a wintry time. It's been cold, you've been disappointed, and you have lost your luck. Lady Luck has left the house. Okay. And the universe is here saying, no, she didn't. You just don't recognize her. And in order to get back in touch, movement is necessary. You have to get on this wheel and you have to create actions to get yourself into circulation because you are as lucky as you ever were. Luck is a state of mind. You just need to find it. So you're aware of more having heard this reading. So now let's create the magic words for you that will like throw a lifeline to you, and they will get you right back over into a state of mind that's more preferable. Your words right now are up until now. So you want to write those down? Up until now. Up until now, I have felt that Lady Luck left the building. Up until now, I have believed that Lady Luck has left the building, but starting today, I'm going to choose a new view. So we have two parts. One is to simply state what you're aware of. Up until now, I have believed that once luck leaves, you can't get it back. And then the second part, but today I choose a different point of view. That's it. It's simply stating an affirmation like that will be the building blocks to getting you out of the current state of mind into something else. You only have to do that for Abraham Hicks says 17 seconds. You only have to do it, maybe 4 or 5 or 6 times. And the way your brain works is that's when you'll start to attract thoughts that support that idea, because simply changing a point of view will be enough and it'll create a bit of momentum for you. Because you rebuilding this is not going to be hard. Before long, you'll be finding pennies you'll be finding feathers. You'll notice things. You might have walked by a feather 1,000 times, but now you look down, there's a white feather, and you just realize, hey, that's cool. Okay. And here, I want to give you a quick crash course on how to feel lucky. The main thing is to realize that some everyday experiences that you have are really lucky. Take this reading, for example. You're here not on accident. There's a lot of people who don't have internet. In the US, there's hundreds of probably millions of people do not have internet in their home. Hard to imagine. They don't have a cell phone. They have no internet. So you could consider how lucky it is to have the internet available. True. Take a look at, take a breath. Another. When you do meditation and stuff and it makes you pay attention to your breath, it really is an opportunity to think how lucky you are. If you were down, I did a story today. Let me do another one. Let's say you go swimming. You go swimming. You're swimming along, minding your own business, and you spot something on this on the bottom of the lake, like some kind of something that really grabs your attention. Could be a treasure chest, right? So you see it and you think, "I'm not a kid. That's not a real treasure chest," but you can't resist. You swim down there. You swim down there, and you see it is. It's old. It's wooden. You reach down, try to budge it, can't budge it, can't make it come out. It's like, "Oh no, I gotta go back for a breath, but I gotta see what's in this treasure box," right? So you're stuck there, can't get it open. So you have to leave it. And you know your mark around, you figure as soon as you surface, you'll remember where you were. So up you come towards the surface, and it reminds me of this, like we turn this upside down. So she's coming up to the surface and she sees light and she knows she's getting in the right direction when her face bursts through that water and you get to take a breath, you might consider yourself really lucky. So if you can choose a state of mind of luck, there's no reason you can't direct yourself there. And these magic words will help you. Let me give you one more. Okay. So you can fill those in as much as you want. All you have to do is remember up until now. You'll have a natural ability of making your own affirmations. It's really cool. If you want to ask me anything about it, get a private reading, anything like that, here's my email. Okay. Up until now, I didn't realize how afraid I was to trust again. Now I got a bubble of energy came up through my throat, otherwise known as a belch, and so I feel like speaking that out loud is a tough pill to swallow, so to speak. So it's hard to admit certain things. So I'm feeling a lot of stuck energy in my throat right now. Remember, when you do this practice, you're doing it alone, so you can admit things that are hard. Okay. Up until now, I didn't realize how nervous I was about walking forward. The truth is, I can choose a new state of mind. That resonates 100% true for me. Okay. Up until now, I didn't realize how unlucky I've been feeling for the last 3 years. Today, I choose a different way of looking at it. Okay, so you can tell by my pace and how much I slowed down. It was like a sense I could just tell you what it feels like to me. It feels like when I use those phrases, my mind is open in a way that is helpful. And then a new phrase will pop in. If you have a hard time doing this and you want more information, email me because this is all developing and I do want to equip you. Okay. Oh, I'm going to give you one more phrase. And this one is get a pencil. It is even though I don't know how. This is one of my favorite luck, um, so I would call it a luck magnet for sure. Because this one I have used, it has helped me time and time again with lucky things happening, like losing something, and you can't find it, that type of thing, where you have to be lucky to find something that's lost. That's why I love this is very practical. Even though I don't know how, I'm feeling so much better now. It sounds so silly, but honestly, it will help you change states. It'll help you move from one state to the other. Even though I don't know how, I'm feeling a little luckier now. I dare you to try that. I double dog dare you. Got it? Even though I don't know how, I'm feeling a little bit luckier now. Give it a try. Just trust me. This kind of thing, I can't explain why it works. I just know that it works. Okay, now the next thing I want to do here is I'm going to draw our last card. This is from the Angels and Ancestors deck, and it's just a message from our angels and ancestors to on this message about luck. And we have David, hold the space. Okay. All right, let's see who David is. What's the message? I usually don't read out of the little book when I'm doing readings, but today I'm feeling so drawn to do so. And the readings have been absolutely wonderful. So thank you, Kyle Gray. I deeply appreciate his art and work. Okay. Oh, they kind of look alike, don't they? Aw, just with the art, it's tender to me that even though you slipped out of your flow, what used to seem so easy and effortless, where things would just line up and that interruption cut into the action, this did not disappear. Hold the space. It's like this part of your life you can access again. It's not the same as returning to the past. That's not what I'm saying. It's the idea of being able to plug into the energy that was activated at that time. And when you plug into that energy again, this wisdom is going to carry you forward into momentum. And luck is returning to your life. Even being on this reading right now, for one or two of you is dang lucky. Okay, let's read what the message is. If you want to take a quick pick of the book to read this, you can take a screenshot here and then let me read it. Hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you are where you are supposed to be. Okay. Stepping out on this path with baby steps is exactly right for you. Baby steps. Move slowly. Feel the luck in everyday experiences. Claim the state of mind of luck when you take a breath. Just claim it. I'm lucky I had that breath. I'm in a state of luck. Okay. I know it sounds silly, you guys. Trust me, I feel silly saying it. But our mindset is where all the co creation happens. The Druids were the ancient wise ones of the British Isles. They had a deep connection with the earth, the sun, and the moon. They were the scholars who created the Ogham tree language, and they were known for their creative skills in storytelling, poetry, and craftsmanship. Right now, this idea of crafting a new narrative for who you are with luck is the key. A great time to do some journaling. And what I'd love for you to do is to take a piece of paper, a two-sided piece. On the first side, write down the unlucky things that pop into your mind. When this happened, I felt my bad luck list. I broke my vase that I love so much. Bad luck. I slammed my finger in the door. Bad luck. My dog ran away. I lost my position. Even if you lost something in a major disaster, very unlucky. Just write it down and then flip the page and take the time of writing times when you were lucky, when the right person showed up at the right time, when you heard a reading or a teaching like you're doing right now, and you're hearing something that gets your attention. It's just lucky to be here. when you get to breathe a good breath of fresh air after you've held your breath for a while. It's how lucky it feels to take a breath. When you eat next time, when you're really hungry, I'm lucky to be eating something I enjoy. As you claim being lucky, you're tilling up the soil and you're making a plantable surface for people, places, and experiences to come in and root themselves that are going to support that luck. Luck is a part of being human. We're all lucky to be alive, that our ancestors were strong enough to make it to have children and have children. It's lucky we're here at this time. Okay. So, how exciting for all of us. I loved it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to this message. You guys rock. All right, so now we're going to go on to our yes and no deck. Yes or no, when or how. Learn the art of prediction and let the cards predict themselves. So before we go, this might not resonate with you. You may not be here looking for a yes no answer, but let's pick one. Pick a question that you're asking. You would love to have spirit's opinion. Yes or no. Okay, hold your question in your mind. I'm going to draw the card. And I will say, before I read our yes or no answer, there's two ways to receive this. And let me explain how. If you hear the message, yes or no, and it makes you feel relieved, that's your first sign, is a sense of, I thought so. Then take it as a no. If you're hoping against hope that this is a yes, that you're waiting on something that has lit you up, that you feel a sense of momentum, definitely a magnetism to do something, but for some reason you can't take that step. So you have a yes with a doubt. If you receive a no, that means honor the doubt. And then listen to the words, because if you're not a hell yes, that's something you need to consider. That's how I use the yes no energy for this reading. So, holding your thought in your mind, what is your question? Yes or no? And whoopsie. And we have a yes. Fate opens its gates of fortune for you, but not until you are actively involved in the resolution process. You discover the resources you need by accepting an unexpected offer, which invariably brings you stunning success and that rare chance to completely improve your life. Let me read it one more time. Take a breath. If there's somebody watching and you have just been through a real unlucky streak, one thing after another, you may have been asking yourself, is this too good to be true? Or I wish my luck was back. Or could this be the start of something new? The answer to you is a heartfelt yes. You are sitting on the edge of something thrilling. Practice those little lucky comments, everything that happens to you. I'm lucky the sun is out today, which it is. I'm lucky that I can eat freely whatever I want. I'm lucky I have silverware and don't have to use my hands to have soup. I don't care how silly it is. Something's coming. Let me read this one more time. Fate opens its gates of fortune for you, but not until you are actively involved in the resolution process, which to me means claiming your luck over concrete things that are happening. Claim it with your voice. It will put you into a mindset of luck and luckiness, a state of mind, luckiness. You discover the resources you need by accepting an unexpected offer, which invariably brings you stunning success and that rare chance to completely improve your life. So I am calling you to an offer. I'm offering you a gateway to be lucky. The offer is to use the word lucky yourself as often as possible and use it as a connection to the energy of luck that is around us all the time. I believe that if you are here right now, so late into this reading, it's a remarkable piece of luck. I suggest 7 days, 7-day challenge, because seven is a lucky seven, right? Lucky seven. I suggest a 7-day challenge. Can you do this? Can you write down in your journal 7 times every day for 7 days? Excuse me, not 7 times, 7 lucky things, 7 claims, 7 visits to the state of mind of luck, 7 days, 7 times a day where you notice, hey, I'm in a state of mind of luck. I feel incredibly lucky to have all you guys here. I feel really lucky that as a grandmother and as a person who's very basic computer user, YouTube channel, I never expected that I'm connected with people all over the world who want to learn this stuff. It's so fun. And I am lucky. My luck having somebody give me a free cruise, having somebody give me a free hot air balloon ride, finding money, getting an unexpected refund from an insurance company. I have so many stories of people's kindness, the gifts of strangers. One time I got on an airplane and I wasn't paying attention, so I was walking back and I couldn't find my seat. It was 2A and I couldn't find 2A. And so I went to the attendant and gave her my ticket and she said, it's in first class. I got first class. I didn't even know it. I was so inexperienced. I didn't know that the first 3 letters of the alphabet are first class. So I had to turn around and go back to first class, and some people were laughing, and I was laughing at myself. But I've been blessed in ways when I didn't even know it. And so luck is a real place. It's a real state of mind. So here's the challenge. If you're here right now, it's your lucky day. You want to take a piece of a journal, part of your journal, or you could use voice to memos, make memos on your phone and just tell yourself, remind yourself 7 times that you or 7 things that you are lucky about, that you can claim that state of mind of luck for 7 days in a row. I'm having a hard time saying that clearly, but that's what I suggest. And then let's come back next week on Saturday. What day is it? Sunday. Yeah, let's come back next week. I'll be back here doing another reading and then we can check in. Okay. So thank you so much, you guys, for being here. I am so excited to open up the cards for y'all in this time of great change. And I do believe you can be luckier. I will be putting timestamps on all of the readings and I'll let you know what they're about, what our lead, our crowning card is. And I strongly recommend that if you're so inclined to come back and take a look, there are practical tools in every reading about turning on to luck, tuning into luck, becoming luckier. I believe it's possible. Okay. So gracias. Thank you so much. Merci. Danke. Grazia. Grazie. Thank you for coming. I hope I see you next week. Go forth and prosper. And above all, know that there is a force of energy that flows through keeping everything going that loves you so much it shivers with delight. Goodbye, my friends.